In this video, I'll discuss units. One of the first things that you want to do before you get started drawing is select a system of units. Open the Architectural Imperial Units sample file from the Chapter 2 folder, and then type UN, enter for units. This drawing is currently set to architectural, which means the foot and inch system. The symbol of inches is the double quote here. The symbol for feet is this single quote. They're both on the same key next to the Enter key on the keyboard. You don't actually have to ever type in the inch symbol because AutoCAD is going to interpret a number like 18 as 18 inches. You could alternatively enter that as 1 foot 6. That's one single quote 6, and AutoCAD will interpret that as 18 inches, just the same. You also have these other choices for units. So let's say I was using the metric system. I would select decimal units in that case. Engineering units are actually based on feet and inches, but they use decimals. So if I wanted to say 18 inches in engineering units, I would say 1.5 feet. Fractional units are inches only, no feet, and these are used by cabinet makers, for example. Instead of saying 5 feet, they would just say 60. Scientific units have exponential notation, and these can be in any type of unit that you want. It could be parsecs for astronomers or angstroms for circuit designers or something. You just type E to indicate powers of 10. I'll leave this set to architectural for the time being, and I will select a precision. Now, AutoCAD is actually going to record everything with the highest level of precision internally, but you might want to round off that precision just to make it a little more human-friendly. It can be very confusing to know how many 2/56 of an inch something is. So I recommend that you round it off, say to the nearest quarter inch or something, if you're doing architectural work. Angular measure can have different units. Decimal degrees is the most common. You could alternatively use degrees, minutes, seconds, or some of these other units. The way that you measure angles is controlled down here under direction. The default in AutoCAD is east is 0 degrees. So going to the right is 0 degrees. Going straight up then would be 90 degrees. So the system works in a counterclockwise fashion by default. You could change that so that north was the base angle, and then 0 degrees would be straight up. And that's typically the direction that you want for surveyor's units. I'll leave this set to east. Again, you can set the precision for the angular measure, and you can check here if you want it to go the other way so that angles are measured clockwise rather than counterclockwise. When you create blocks, you have to choose what units they're using. So here's where you can select which units you want blocks to be converted into. So because I'm using architectural units, it makes sense to leave this as inches. If I was using decimal units, I could then change this to be centimeters or millimeters. Down here, you have choices for lighting, international, American, or generic. I'll go with American, inches, and architectural. Down here on the status bar, you have the ability to add units down here as a special choice. However, it only lets you select one of these 5 systems. It doesn't give you any other choices. So I really don't recommend that you do it this way because then you can't control the precision or the angular units or anything else. In the next video, I'll show you how to convert a drawing from one system of units to another.